Hello, we are Lydia and Belén,
Mar and Beatriz.
We are going to talk
About
William
Shakespeare's
life.
We hope you like it!
Hello, I'm Belén Moreno, and this is William Shakespeare's documentary. First of all, I'm going to introduce you William Shakespeare's life. William Shakespeare was born in the 26th of April of 1564. He was an English poet, playwright, and the world's preeminent dramatist. His surviving works, including some collaborations, consist of about 38 plays, 154 sonnets, 2 long narrative poems, and several other poems. Shakespeare was born and brought up in Strasbourg. When he was 18, he got married with Anne Hathaway, whom he had 3 children. Between 1587 and 1606, he began his successful career as an actor, writer, and part owner of some playing companies in London. He retired to Strasbourg around 1610, when he died 6 years later. Shakespeare produced most of his known work between 1589 and 1615. He wrote mainly tragedies until about 1608, including Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet, King Lear, Othello, and Macbeth, considered some of the finest works in the English language. In his last phase, he collaborated with other playwrights. In 1623, 2 of his theatrical colleagues published the first folio, a collected edition of his dramatic works that included all but 2 of the plays, now recognized as extant. Wait a moment. Yes. Okay, my friend Beatriz is going to do a special interview.
Hello, Ana Belén! I'm in Strasbourg in the 17th century with a special guest, Shakespeare! Sit down, please. Hello, Will. How are you?
Fine, thanks. It's pleasant talking with a beautiful girl of the future.
Ah, thanks. Can I make you some questions?
Of course.
Why did you move to London?
Because I wanted to success and earn some money.
Okay, what can you tell us about your theatre?
Well, in 1599, the Globe Theatre was built, and some actors and I started to act there. The Lord Chamberlain Company is making me a wealthy man.
How do you inspire to write your plays?
I just have a lot of imagination. Also, I write about my life.
Okay. Is there any relation between your son's name and the play Hamlet?
Of course. My son's name was Hamlet, and when I wrote Hamlet, I missed him a lot. So I used his name.
Okay. When you die, what are you going to give to your wife?
My second best bet.
Oh, why?
Because our marriage was an arrangement, and I'm not in love with her. Anyway, she's a good wife.
Okay. And the last one. What do you think is the best of your plays?
Well, I'm not sure. Maybe Hamlet, because it's a authentical tragedy.
Okay, thank you very much, Will. Be sure that your plays will be famous.
Oh, thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello, I'm Mar Díaz and I'm going to talk about Macbeth. Macbeth is one of the most known plays of Shakespeare. It's a tragedy with 5 acts written approximately in 1606. It was published in 1623 in the first folio edition. The play starts when Macbeth and his friend Banquo came from a fight, and they find 3 witches. 3 witches greet Macbeth first like Thane of Glamis, then like Thane of Cawdor, and finally they say him that he will be one day the king. They also say that to Banquo that his son will be the king of Scotland. He starts to have the ambition of getting the throne, so he tells it to his wife. Lady Macbeth plans the murder of Duncan, the actual king. Macbeth doubts, but she talks him into doing it. That night, he kills the king, and when everybody sees the situation, Lady Macbeth and Macbeth blame the king's servants. When Macbeth is named the King of Scotland, the new king regrets about his acts, but he is also worried because apparently Banquo's son will be the king. For this reason, he orders Banquo and his son to be killed, but Fleance, the future king, survives. Banquo's ghost appears to Macbeth and gets crazy. He visits again 3 witches and they say to him that he will be safe if the forest stays in its place. To be sure, he organized the murder of Banquo's whole family, except of Macduff. Macduff and the army start a war against Macbeth, and they camouflage under the branches of the trees, so the prophecy of the witches is fulfilled. Macduff kills Macbeth and gets the throne of Scotland.
What it is? Has the king asked for me?
You know he did it.
We are not going to continue with this issue.
Are you afraid to be the same in the action or in the bravery than in the desire?
It's enough! I dare you to do everything a man is honorable to do. But it will fail?
Tie your bravery to the top and we won't fail.
Hello, I'm Lydia Oliva and I'm going to talk about Othello, the Moor of Venice. Othello is a tragedy by William Shakespeare, believed to have been written in 1603 and based on the Italian short story. The work revolves around 4 central characters: Othello, a Moorish general in the Venetian army, his wife Desdemona, his lieutenant Cassius, and his trusted ensign, Iago. Othello has won Desdemona's love, the senator's daughter, by telling her his adventures and dangers, and then they have got married. After that, Othello must go to war, and he takes Desdemona with him to Cyprus. The ensign Iago, who has been replaced by Cassius of the position of lieutenant, is jealous of Othello because he has heard that Othello has laid with his wife. First, Iago manages to discredit Cassius with the help of Rodrigo, a man who loves Desdemona, and they success getting Cassius drunk. He disturbs the public peace and Cassius loses his grave. Iago persuades Cassius to ask Desdemona for help, and at the same time he makes Othello think that Cassius is Desdemona's lover. When she tries to help Cassius, Othello believes Iago. Also, Iago's wife, Emily, steals Desdemona's scarf and makes it appear in the power of Cassius. Othello, full of fury and jealousy, drowns Desdemona with a pillow. Rodrigo hurts Cassius, and Iago hurts Rodrigo, so he doesn't tell his plan. However, Othello finds Rodrigo's letters that prove Desdemona's innocence. Othello kills himself in order to be punished for killing his wife.
This is the reason, my soul.
Yes, my lord?
I wouldn't want to give you spirit if it's not prepared.
Are you talking about killing?
Yes, I'm talking about killing. That scarf that I love and I give to you, you have given to Cassius.
I've never loved Cassius. I never gave it to him. Make him come and confess the truth.
He has confessed it.
Oh no, is he dead? He's been betrayed and I'm lost.
Out, bitch! Are you crying for him in my face?
Don't kill me today. Let me live until tomorrow, the time for saying a last prayer.
It's too late.
Hello, I'm Beatriz Berenguel and I'm going to talk about Romeo and Juliet. Romeo and Juliet was written in 1596 and played in 1597. It's Shakespeare's first great tragedy. The play begins with two families that hate each other, Montague and Capulet. In a party at Capulet's house, Montague's son Romeo meets Juliet. Immediately, they fall in love. Because of this hate between families, they have to get married in secret. After this wedding, Mercutio, Romeo's friend, is killed by Tybalt. Juliet's cousin and Romeo kills Tybalt. After that, Romeo is banished to Mantua. Juliet and Friar Lawrence invent a plan that consists in pretending Juliet's dead. But Romeo thinks she's really dead, so he goes to the cemetery. There he finds Paris, Juliet's fiancé, and he kills him. Then he drinks a poison and dies. When Juliet wakes up, she kills herself. The play ends with the reconciliation of the families.
Oh, speak again, bright angel, as slowly to this night, being over my head, as if a winged messenger of heaven.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, if you had another name, deny your father, refuse your name, at least swear you love me and I won't be a Capulet anymore.
Call me by blood, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth, I will never be renamed.
Who are you covered by the night and who listens to my secrets?
No, a name is not enough to say who I am, because my name, dear Stan, is your enemy.
Romeo, my love.
Hello to everybody, I'm Belén Moreno and I'm going to talk about Hamlet. Hamlet, written in 1601, is Shakespeare's longest play and the most influential tragedy in all of English literature. One night, the dead king's ghost appears to Hamlet. He tells him that he'd been killed by his uncle Claudius, the actual king, and Hamlet's mother's husband. Furthermore, the ghost tells him to take revenge. After that, the prince doubts if the meeting has been real or not. The kings are worried about Hamlet's behavior, and they decide to spy him. Ophelia, Hamlet's love, is also worried. They argue, and he asks her to go to a convent for checking that Claudius is a killer. Hamlet asks a theater group to play his father's death. During the play, Hamlet sees that his uncle is blamed because he's nervous. Hamlet kills Ophelia, Laertes' father, but he didn't want to. Ophelia turns crazy and she kills herself. Laertes wants revenge, and Claudius and him decide to kill Hamlet with a poisoned sword. Ophelia's funeral is celebrated, and Hamlet and Laertes fight. They hurt each other with a poisoned sword. The queen dies, and Laertes tells Hamlet the blame is the king. The play ends with Hamlet's funeral.
Honest and fair? What means your lordship? That if you be honest and fair, your honesty should admit no discourse to your beauty. Indeed, my lord, you make me believe that you love me. I love you not. Go to a convent, quickly, farewell. Oh, help him, you sweet heavens! Oh, heavenly powers, restore him!
Hello my friends, I'm Mar Díaz and I'm going to talk about Shakespeare's topics. Love. Shakespeare gave a lot of different versions of love. For example, absolute love in the case of Romeo and Juliet. In the same play, we can see love as a sexual attraction in the case of Mercutio and the nurse. In the same play, there's also the view of as an arranged marriage in the case of Capulet. Jealousy. Shakespeare's view of this topic is sought in Othello, where we can see how being jealous can turn a good man into a killer. Ambition. In the play Macbeth, Shakespeare shows how this feeling can destroy people. Ambition enters in the character's heart and poisons them. The ambition gives glory to the protagonist but also kills him. Doubt. Shakespeare talks about doubt in the play Hamlet. This prince thinks about if the world deserves that he tries to fix it, because he lives in a chaos where a man can kill his brother in order to be the king and nobody tries to avoid it. Shakespeare developed these themes in his plays, known as the great tragedies. Apart from these few topics, he used to write about treason, ingratitude, unfaithfulness, and lies.
That's all, friends!
We hope you had enjoyed it.
We hope you have had fun.
See you next term.
Bye! Hello, I'm Beatriz Berenguel and I'm going to talk about Romeo and Juliet. Romeo and Juliet was writing...
Es que yo no soy la que se ríe, ella empieza a reírse antes que yo.
Ahora Belén saluda a la cámara.
No, a name is not enough to say who I am.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, if you had another name, deny your father, refuse your name, and I will...
Fulfilled. Macduff kills Macbeth and gets the throne of Scotland.
Are you honest and fair? What means your lordship? ¿Por qué no te estoy diciendo nada? Porque sé que te estás riendo. No me estaba riendo.
This is the reason.
Buenas tardes, estamos aquí reunidos para presenciar la conversión de Bea en Macbeth.
Mira, la falta de coña, por favor.